Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel where I will be crocheting it forward today by showing you how to make a mini corner to corner or C2C block, which I used for making a Pokeball graph gan, which is in the thumbnail of this video. So several videos back I had mentioned that I was going to do it, but we were busy. My daughter graduated from nursing school and I have two grandchildren. Um, and so I was always busy, and she works full time. So, it was really hard for me to make time to make videos, but now she's graduated and she's working and no more school, so I'm able to do what I like, and this is what I like, sharing some super cute, super fun crochet videos. So I said I was gonna upload a video, and I'm doing it now. So I don't have the Pokeball pattern handy, but I did print this out. I did make this blanket for my oldest son, big enough so that it covered his bed. It was a bedspread. The only difference that I did is I colored the background red, and as you can see, this is the exact pattern that I used. And I just numbered this way, I numbered that way, I just numbered all the way around. That's just for me. I probably over numbered, but that's just me. I get anal like that sometimes. So, but anyway, whenever you're doing a graph gan, at least I do, I always start in the lower right hand corner and then work towards your left. So if that's what you're going to do, and I did that with the Pokeball, I will find the link and put it in the information box if you want that. You can do that yourself. I also used, I think I used a 4x4 block. The one that I'm going to show you today is a 3x3. So again, we're going to start, if you're going to use a graph, I suggest that you print it, or some people have applications on their phones or tablets or whatever, however you do your graph gans. And then I just crossed them out as I got them done. Again, we're going to start in the corner and work toward your left. I know some people that work upside down and do it sideways. Again, it's totally crocheter's choice. But this is how I did my graph gan, my Pokeball graph gan, as well as my Darth Vader one. Only the Darth Vader one, I used a 3-row, I think, granny square. So let's get started. Now, the materials you're going to need, I'm using a 6.0J for the video. You're going to need a sewing needle. I generally have a smaller hook on standby, but I sew in my ends for my C2Cs or corner to corners, and I suggest that you do too. I weave them in, I'm sorry, and some scissors and whatever worsted weight you're going to use. Now, this right here is a scrap gan. This project is also good for scrap gans if you don't have a graph that you're going to make. Again, this is a 3x3 square block. It works up really fast. As you can see, I have variegated yarn. This is all worsted weight. It's different brands, so you can see even like some of these blocks are like, some are smaller and some are bigger. But this is all scrap, so I'm not too worried about that. I just think that it's going to turn out real cute just because of the different colors and everything. And so the another suggestion that I have is try to sew in your ends at the end of each row. I finished that row, and I didn't get a chance to sew in those ends, but I am going to use this piece to do the last part of the mini block pattern. So I will pick that up in a minute. Meanwhile, I suggest that you watch the whole video, and also I think I already mentioned that look in the information box. A lot of times, I'll get into the pattern and misspeak or whatever, and then I'll correct myself in that information box. So check that out if you're a little confused. So everyone makes their C2C corner to corner patterns a little differently. I'm traditional. You can make your corner to corner the way you want to. That's not how this pattern is set up, but I don't think it will make a big difference. So if you're new to corner, I suggest that you get on YouTube or Google and Google to see which way you are more comfortable with, and then just, you know, roll with that. So I'm just going to do this really quick. So I'm going to chain 6. I've already done my slip knot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like to pinch my 3rd chain just because I know where to go to make my 3 chains. And then from there we're going to make our 3 chains, because that chain 3 does count as a double crochet. So now we have our first block. We are going to chain 6 again, and then double crochet 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to flip this up, slip stitch in that chain 3 space, chain 3, and now we're doing this, the second block of our corner to corner. Make 3 double crochets. Okay, because remember, we're working that way, diagonal. We're still increasing, so we're going to chain 3, 4, 5, 6, and then double crochet 3 times down that chain. Flip our work up, slip stitch to the chain 3, chain 3, and then make 3 double crochets in that same space, slip stitch into the next chain 3 space, chain up 3, and then make 3 double crochets. Now this is a 3 by 3 square, so we are done increasing right here. Okay, so I'm going to chain 3. Some of you might slip stitch to the chain 3 space, and then chain up 3, and then 3 double crochets. The lady I was watching in the video on YouTube, she did a 4 by 4 square. So it's really, again, crochetier's choice, whatever, however big you want your squares to be. And if you're doing a graph gan, you know, that depends how big you want your blanket. You can make it real big, or you can make it, you know, smaller. Chain 3, I've already slipped. I'm going to turn my work, slip stitch again into that chain 3, chain 3, and then 3 double crochets, and then here's a pointer. You never want to finish your blocks in the middle of your block. We're going to chain 3 or slip stitch to the corner, however you make your corner to corner. Then we're going to always chain 1 to secure, and then fasten off. And there is your first square. Okay, so I'm going to grab another color, and this is what you will follow. This is the pattern you'll follow for this row, the bottom row going towards your left. So we're going to be attaching, this is our corner row right here, and then we're corner block, and then we're going to just work toward our left. So let me grab a different color here. I have my little, my scraps over here. All right, I'm going to grab this gold. Okay, so you want to attach, and I'm gonna give you a pointer. You'll want to attach. Well, I'll wait. You always want to attach, like on this first row, for this first block, you'll want your tails, one up here to the left and one down here to the bottom right tail and the top left tail. Okay, that's just a little pointer. And then we're going to attach our yarn up here in this corner. Okay, attach however you feel comfortable with. Now we're going to chain 6. Now there is something really important. Watch which way your double crochets are going into the attaching square. Mine are going up and down. So you want to ensure that your blocks are going the opposite way. Now, doesn't matter, our chain 3 should be going the same direction as your double crochets in the attaching block. This is why. I'm going to show you why. So we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to go ahead and make our 3 double crochets. And again, remember, we are rotating our block. So even though our chain was going in the same direction, oops, I forgot to yarn over. Our double crochets are going in the opposite, and that's what you want. We're going to slip stitch. You always slip stitch in between your blocks. Okay, and then there you have it. These double crochets are going this way. These double crochets are going up and down, and that's what makes our C2C corner to corner pattern so unique. Chain 3, slip stitch in between the next 2 blocks, chain 3 again. That's going to be a pattern, like a repeat. You're going to chain 3, slip, chain 3, turn your work. That is, you're going to do that a lot. So we're going to go ahead and make our 3 double crochets, because now we've started our second row. This is our first row. This is going to be our second. We're going to slip stitch in that chain 3 space to our left, chain up 3, and make 3 double crochets. Now we have just finished our second row. Okay, now again, you know, with corner to corner, the only time you chain 6 is if you're increasing. Otherwise, you're just going to chain 3. We still have 1 more row to go, so we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then go back into your 3rd, 4th, and 5th. 1, 2, 3. Again, opposite direction. Slip stitch in that chain 3 space. Oops. Chain up 3. Now we've started our 3rd row. Make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch. And now we're making our last block of our 3rd row. 1, 2, 3 double crochets. Slip stitch in that space right there. Move that yarn, chain 3, turn our work because we are not increasing anymore. And now we're going to chain 3 again and then make another block. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet. Slip stitch into your next block, chain up, and what I like to do sometimes is just flip my work either up or down to get it out the way. It's another pointer. 3 double crochets. That way it's not all over the place. Slip stitch into that chain 3. You're either going to chain 3 or slip stitch to your chain 3. Turn your work. Slip stitch, chain up 3, 3 double crochets. Slip stitch again, chain 3, because we never want to finish a block in the middle of the block. We always want to finish in a corner. Slip stitch, chain 1, and there you have it. That is exactly how you're going to do the rest of your rows. The rest of your blocks going that way. So we've done these first 2. Let's say we're doing this Grafgan. We've done these 2 blocks and we want to continue going left. Okay, so go ahead and do that, or if you're just watching the video, I'm going to show you how to start the second row. And then this is going to be the repeat, because these rows are going to be going up and it's going to be the repeat. So I'll move that out the way, and I'm going to use this piece for that. And what I'll do is I'll show you these 2. So let me grab some yarn. And I did notice on the video that I was watching, for the second row up, she flipped her work and then started right here so that her blocks will go evenly. That is totally up to you. But again, if you can get in your mind, you know, which way are my double crochet, my chain 3, my double crochets going, because I want my chain 3 to go that same direction. I'm going to chain 3 and go back. So these double crochets are going side to side. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and attach our yarn. And again, that's what we want. We want to go the same. We want to start our blocks going the same direction as the double crochets that you're attaching. All right, I need this to go in the chain, 3 chains, not right there in the middle. So okay, go ahead and attach. Okay, so we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Actually, I'm going to show you both ways how to do it. So you can chain 3 and then slip stitch here. That way I don't confuse you. Chain up 3, turn your work, and then make your 3 double crochets that way. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we have our 3 double crochets on this block going up and down. The one down here are going side by side. So we're in chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, turn our work. Whoops, we're going to turn our work yet. 1, 2, 3. Make your 3 double crochets. This yarn is really tough. Now we're going to turn our work, slip stitch, chain up 3, make 3 double crochets, okay, slip stitch in between those 2. Remember, every time you're slipping, you're chaining 3, slipping again, chaining 3, and now we're turning our work, and that fast we're already on our 3rd row. So we're going to chain up or double crochet 3, 1, 2, 3, slip stitch, chain up 3, and then 3 double crochet, slip stitch, and then our last block for our 3rd row, chain up 3, make 3 double crochets, okay, we're going to chain 3, or if you prefer to slip 3, slip stitch 3, turn our work, and now we're just decreasing. Chain up 3, make 3 double crochets, slip stitch, chain up 3, make 3 double crochets, slip stitch, chain 3, turn our work, slip stitch, chain up 3. Now we're on our last block. 1, 2, 3 double crochet, and we're going to slip and chain up 3 because we'd never finish our blocks in the middle. Slip into the corner and chain 1 and fasten off. Okay, so that's one way you can start your rows going up. I'm going to show you the other way, and that will be totally up to you on how to do it. Because when I made my grandson's C2C Pokeball graph gan, I'm going to be honest, some of my blocks were not going the right way, and I couldn't figure out why. But as I was working on this, I was like, whoa, wait a minute, there is a way to do it. So I'm going to grab a different kind of yarn, because that yarn was really not friendly. I'm trying to grab a color that I haven't used. I think I've used that color. I guess I can use white. Okay, so the second way you can attach your rows going up, starting your first, and the blocks I'm talking about is all of these, not the corner one, but the ones going all the way up. Now here's another way to do it. You turn your work and you attach in between the first two blocks. Okay, let me get this yarn on the other side, and then chain up 6. Well, see, that's not going to work because that's going to be going the other direction. Let me see. Oh, let me attach on this one. Okay, let's say that you have your block over here in the corner and your double crochets are going up and down. Okay, well, wait a minute. You want to go that way? Okay, gotcha. So we turn our work. This is the second way that you can do this. My double crochets are going up and down, so I want my chain 6 or 3 to go up and down. So in this case, it's going to be chain 6 because we're starting a new block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm going to double crochet. Oops, sorry, I got all into it. And 3 double crochets, and now I'm going to slip stitch. So now my blocks are going opposite. The double crochets here, I don't know if you can see, are still going up and down, but mine are going this way, sideways. And that's what we want, opposite directions on your double crochets. The chains, it don't matter. Chain 3, slip stitch in between these two, and again, when you chain 3, slip stitch, chain 3. Chain 3, turn our work, and now we just finish our, start our second row, I'm sorry. 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch in the chain 3, chain up 3, 3 double crochets, and we are done with our second row. Still increasing, this is our last row. Chain up 6, I'm going to pinch the 3rd, and then in there start making 3 double crochets going down the chain. 2, 3, turn our work, and you will be flipping your work a whole lot. So we're going to slip stitch, chain up 3, make 3 double crochets. Just forgot to yarn over. 2, 3, slip stitch, chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then make our last. Get this like that, fold that because it's kind of going everywhere. 1, 2, 3, and then we are going to slip stitch in the corner, chain 3, or slip stitch if that's how you make your C2C. Slip stitch in the chain 3, and now we're going to decrease. 3 double crochets, slip stitch, chain up 3, 3 double crochets. And you know, I'm going to be honest with you, this might be too tedious for some people, but I just think it's a really awesome alternative to graph gans other than the corner to corner. I'm going to be honest too, I can't do a corner to corner graph gan for the life of me, so I had to like come up with all these different ways to do it. I just cannot do it. But it's in my bucket list to do, just like knitting. Every year I try to knit. I can't get it, but I'm determined. I encourage everybody to get a bucket list going of things that you're going to try while we're still alive. Okay? So we're going to slip stitch here, but we're going to chain 3 because we finished that block in the middle. We always want to finish in the corner. Okay? And then chain 1. Fasten off. And there we have our row up. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to do this stitch, and then that's it. You can rewind the video as you get started, but I'm going to tell you right now, the more you do it, like by the time you get to the end of your graph gan, end of any row, you're going to have this mastered. Like, it's that simple, and it's super cute, super cool. I am going to use a variegated. I'm going to use this variegated for this next one. So these are pretty much the same. The only difference with your inside, I'm going to call these the inside blocks. Let me get the graph gan again. Everything that's in the inside, not on the outside, but in the inside, you're never going to chain 6. Okay? You're going to increase, but you're just going to slip stitch. So we want to detach, we want to attach our yarn in between these first 2 beneath. Okay, and again, I want to go the direction of my double crochets in this row, which is side to side. So I'm going to chain 3, slip stitch in between these 2, chain up 3, turn my work. Let me fold it here. These tails are all over the place. And then make my 3 double crochets, which are in the opposite direction, and which is what we want. Again, that's the characteristic of our corner to corner. We want to keep that, otherwise it won't look like a corner to corner. So we're going to slip stitch. We're still increasing, we're just using our chain 3s. Slip stitch, okay, chain 3, turn our work. Again, this is going to be in all different directions. Chain 3. Now we're starting our second row. 1, 2, 2, 3. Okay, slip stitch, chain up 3. It will certainly become second nature to you doing this. Second double crochet, third double crochet, slip stitch in between the next 2. We're still increasing, so we're chaining up 3. In between these 2, we are going to slip stitch, chain up 3, turn our work, and now this is our last decrease for our third row. Okay, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet, slip stitch to join, chain up 3, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet, slip to join, chain up 3, and then this is the last block of our third row. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I was counting the chain 3 there. Slip stitch, we're going to chain 3, turn our work, and now we're just decreasing. Okay, slip stitch to that chain 3, chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, slip stitch, chain up 3, 1, 2, 3. And I honestly think that these inside blocks are the easiest because you don't have to worry about chaining up 6 or anything. You know, it just kind of, you go with the flow. Chain 3, turn our work. I'm gonna I got this really cute giraffe graph that I made a baby blanket out of, but it was a mini granny square. But I think I'm gonna make a crochet along with these mini C2Cs, like a 3 block. I think that that would be super cool. And plus show everybody, you know, that may be struggling with this, because I struggled with this for a little while. I'm just not a quitter. I mean, I might quit for a minute, maybe even quit for like 6 months to a year like I do with the knitting, but I'm going to come back to it. And I'm always thinking that, hey, maybe something will happen and click in my brain where it'll just come second nature, but I'm always going to keep trying. And I think that we should all always try to keep trying. So yeah, that's our second square. And then you just work, keep working to your left. Let me get my graph. And that's how you attached all of these. So if you need to rewind the video and watch how to start, you have 2 options on how to do this. And then I showed you how to do this and attach that one for the bottom row, which was a little different because, you know, they're not inside, they're attaching 2 sides. And one is the outside where you do your chain 6s. So I did make some points on a piece of paper. Let me see. Again, if you don't like if you want to see less of the color changes in the corner, when you slip stitch, just pull real tight and you won't see as much. That's totally crocheter's preference. And then again, fold your work so that you can get your chain 3s and double crochets. And always finish in corners. You'll never chain 6 for 2 sides to join. Okay, so there you go. I hope that I've encouraged some of you to try your next Grafgan using this mini C2C 3x3 6 block corner to corner pattern. Don't forget to subscribe. Again, a like would be awesome, and I appreciate everybody's patience. And together, let's continue to crochet it forward. Bye now.